It's a hot topic because we've amassed research in the last decade that shows that of all the things that are under the control of policymakers in schools, teacher quality is at the top or very close to the top of the list in terms of its impact on student achievement. So the difference between getting a good teacher and getting a lousy teacher is something like 10 percentile points in gain over the course of 1 year. And if you're unlucky enough to get a bad teacher 3 years in a row, you're basically ruined. That's 30 percentile points. It's hard to recover from that. So we know that teachers are important, and we know that for the first time for reasons other than intuition. So that has pushed and pulled policymakers to trying to do something about it, to trying to upgrade the quality of the teachers that children encounter so that no child or no appreciable number of children are consigned to getting really bad teachers. Well, we come to the issue of how to evaluate teachers. Most of the push to evaluate teachers is coming from the top. It's coming from the Obama administration. It's coming from the Department of Education. It's coming from prominent foundations and policy advocates. And yet, when you get around to evaluating teachers, that's going to have to be done by 16,000 different school districts, and they're going to do it in different ways. And so we need to have some way of placing these teacher evaluation systems on the same scale so that we know which ones are good, which ones are okay, and which ones are lousy, if in fact states and the federal government are going to try to incentivize teacher evaluation. For example, if they gave the state of New Jersey a bunch of money to give to individual school districts to reward their most effective teachers, how would they do that fairly if some of those districts had evaluation systems that essentially did nothing and others had evaluation systems that were really very good? So what we're doing is addressing in a technical way how you would go about evaluating all of these different evaluation systems so we can compare one to the other from a state or federal perspective, and so that individual districts compare themselves one with another, can compare their new evaluation system with the one they had last year to see if they're getting better. So we think that once we can evaluate teacher evaluation systems, that opens the door to a variety of policies that depend on having good evaluation systems in place. We are most interested in identifying exceptionally effective teachers because we think that is politically the way to move the agenda of more meaningful teacher evaluation forward. Teachers' unions, for example, are in favor of evaluation systems that can identify the most effective teachers and reward them. But at the same time, once you can identify the strengths and weaknesses of evaluation systems, once you know the good ones and what kind of error they have in them, how flawed they are, you can apply that knowledge to a variety of other tasks. You can, for example, use the same logic to identify really ineffective teachers. Or you can, from a state or federal level, set a minimal bar for the effectiveness or the quality of a teacher evaluation system before you will let it pass muster or grace it at all.